The Plague Tale Requiem has arrived with 35 achievements on Xbox and PC, and 36 on PlayStation. While many of the trophies are completionist-oriented, others can be grabbed much easier. Many of the trophies that we won't be discussing can be completed through Chapter Select, or the New Game Plus feature, making this fairly easy to platinum. The only trophies you'll need to be mindful of are trophies surrounding your playstyle, as there is no New Game Plus, but it should be noted that those are based off of the numbers of enemies killed per encounter, and nothing else factors into it. Without further ado, here are the trophies that are based off of core mechanics, and can be completed as soon as those mechanics are available to you. Then we'll dive into chapter-specific trophies after that. Alchemist. Alchemist requires you to craft 100 pieces of ammunition. While this may sound like a lot, it really isn't. Resources for crafting can be found in chests of various sizes, as well as just scattered throughout the world, and A Plague Tale gives you plenty of resources at all times, especially if you take the time to explore and gather them. Each time you craft, more than one piece of ammunition will be crafted, and there are workbench upgrades that'll make it even more efficient. Furthermore, there are many different types of ammunition, and there will be forced crafting throughout the game to get you through some exploration and puzzles. Though your various ammunition types do have multiple combat applications if you wish to use them that way as well. Regardless of your playstyle, you're likely to get this very early on. Night Guard. The second item on our list will require you to extinguish 40 fires with your Extinguis ammo type. This is one that you might miss if you do neglect this ammo type, as the game doesn't require you to use it all too often. But if you want to farm it, the progress does carry across deaths, so you could just light a fire and kill it repeatedly, kill yourself with rats, and repeat. However, it is good to keep in mind that this can be a very useful ammo type to use in combat, as it will allow you to either utilize rats that Hugo controls, or ones that are already surrounded in an enemy. This is also a good thing to do to re-enter stealth, as it will blind enemies for a period of time as well. So really, there are a lot of ways to use it if you put your mind to it, but there are plenty of easy ways to farm it as well. Perfect Shot. Now we have the first chapter-specific trophy, and this will be a required section in Chapter 1. All you have to do is hit all the pine cones Hugo throws into the stream when playing with him. This won't start until you stand behind the branch, so you don't have to worry about starting it before you're ready. The game helps you quite a bit with aiming, and it's fairly easy to hit them all if you're trying to. So as long as you don't miss one and let it float by you, it's pretty easy to grab. The only part you'll need to be quick about is when the boy named Tona comes along and may hit one with a rock if you're too slow. But even still, it's quite easy to hit them before he came.
Keep coming! And they'll keep sinking! Our defenses are too strong for them! Tona, keep firing the cannon! Yes! We're kicking their asses! Hey, calm down! You're starting to speak the devil's tongue! It's war! There's no place for manners! All right! Give them the coup de grace, Tona!
Mercy. This item is part of another mandatory sequence found in Chapter 4. You'll have to help out the guard and come face to face with him no matter what, but the only thing you'll need to do is not kill him at the very end. You can do this simply by throwing tar into the torch to blind him and then running past. The only thing you'll need to be mindful of is having enough tar to do the job, but this is the area that you'll learn to craft it, so there should be more than enough if you need it. If you need it, there are supplies in the chest just left at the doorway you'll be confronting him in. Perfect Throw. The next item can be gained by scoring perfectly in a minigame found in Chapter 8. While this is missable if you don't explore, it can be found pretty easily just by taking a left off the main path shown here. And it's pretty hard to miss if you're exploring at all. You'll know you're in the area as Hugo should mention something about a dragon man, and the minigame itself is quite easy. There's no time limit, so you can take as much time as you want to line up all the shots. Just make sure that you can see the trajectory arc going all the way through the ring before throwing.
So proud of you. Oh no.
Good start.
It's wrong.
Imagine these bastards.
Old Protector. The last item on the list can be found in another mandatory sequence in Chapter 9, when you get the objective to explore the Sacred Quarters. While you'll need to interact with items to progress, you won't need to interact with all of them, so this can be missable. So all you'll need to do is to interact with all of them. They all have button prompts, and they're pretty easy to spot if you get close to them. Each area will have at least 4, except for the courtyard, which won't have anything at all. In all, there are 16, and you'll want to look at each before talking to Sophia in the last room.